Hey, what's up, everyone? Good morning. It is Tuesday morning here down in Hot Springs, the 16th of May. I still have to look at the date. I know on the trail, you never know what the date is. You don't even know what day of the week it is, to be quite honest. So old habits die hard. But we are just leaving our cabins right now. We ate at Smoky Mountain Diner this morning. And, last year, by the time I got to Hot Springs, I had my hiker hunger. And I remember it being really good. And I would say that the breakfast we had this morning was okay at best. So I don't know. Maybe we just didn't get the right thing. We had an omelet, and then what'd you get again?
A skillet. A mountain
skillet.
Mountain skillet.
Some skillet. Anyway, but we got directions to go to Max Patch. We're heading there right now. We got our dog with us. It's going to be fun. And it is 10 o'clock in the morning here on Eastern time. So we'll be on our way up there right now. It takes about 40 minutes, I think, to get to Max Patch. So when we get up to Max Patch, I want to share a cool story of the subscriber last night that took me out for dinner, him and his wife. So his YouTube handle is Fletch. How his family history is connected to Max Patch. And it is really, really cool. So I'll share that in just a moment. So we are heading up to Max Patch. This is looks like a one-lane road heading up to Max Patch from Hot Springs. When we hit the end of the pavement, this really didn't look like we ran out of road. We're gonna have to find a different way to get up to Max Patch because they have this closed off, and it's still probably a good 10 miles away. So we are out of luck. All right, well, I think we're gonna have to ask for directions. All right, we're here. So we ended up having to turn around, go up to Newport and cut over 321 to I-40 and take that down around. And this was a lot more feasible way with getting here. So don't come through whatever way. I'll probably tell you guys later once I figure out which way we went through. All I know is when we left Hot Springs, there were 3 routes to take to get to Max Patch. And we took the fastest route. So check out this. God, it's so great to be back here again. So when we get to the top here, I'll share with you guys this really cool story about a little history that I can remember from what I know from Fletch, actually. So yeah, this is in his family's history. It is so nice out. Picked a good day for this. Wish it was maybe 10 degrees cooler, but it's probably 85, 86 right now. This brings back so many memories. Bella is loving it. All right, well, we're on the AT. I remember exactly walking through this part. So for those of you that don't know, there is a parking lot about maybe half a mile, no, it's probably like 3/10 of a mile from the AT to go up Max Patch. So if you want to come up here, you don't have to hike 20 miles or anything like that. But we are about to go over the top, and it's going to be amazing. There's very little wind, which is not normal from my experience here and hearing from others' experiences. But I mean, wow. This is why I hike the Appalachian Trail, guys. All right, so we are on top of Max Patch. Check out this 360 here. So AT is heading that way. So when I mentioned in my video yesterday that this was the top 10 places for me on the Appalachian Trail. And I'll tell you why. So first off, it had, there's a couple hikers down there hiking northbound. So the reason why was, number one, just, I mean, look at this view, right? But when you go down Max Patch, head north, you summit this next mountain here, and you got about a 7-mile descent. And it was really, really relaxing for me last year on the trail. I think, before this I had really hiked hard to get through the Smokies, and I was pretty exhausted. So it was just like a nice little break. And between that descent and the views up here, it made for an amazing day. So I want to tell you a story. So yesterday we were, or I should say, had the opportunity to spend some time with, I mentioned his name is Gary, which his YouTube handle is Fletch. And Fletch's, I can't remember if it was his great-grandfather or his grandfather, probably his grandfather, actually owned this very land that we are sitting on right now, Max Patch. And this actually used to be, it used to look like every other mountain. It wasn't a bald. What is, I believe is actually his great-grandfather did was hired a guy. It was actually a German guy, and he deforested this entire area. And they would then bring their cattle up here to graze. So, yeah, so imagine that. You know what it looks like right now. Wind back the clock 80 years or whatever. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. And Fletch didn't know exactly. I asked him if he knew when that happened. He wasn't sure. But I just thought it was a really cool story. Just kind of imagining what this used to be and imagining what his grandfather did and taking the cattle up here, the herd of cattle, and grazing. Yeah, just kind of put another special meaning to this place here. So I wanted to share that with you, and Fletch, I really appreciate you sharing that personal piece of what this means to you and your heritage. That it's just fantastic. It's just so amazing. But I tell you what, man, this makes me trail sick. Like homesick, but trail sick. What I would give to slap a pack on and start hiking northbound right now. Wow. Pretty amazing. Well, we are just leaving Max Patch right now. It's so beautiful up here. If any of you are anywhere near Gatlinburg is probably only about 30 miles-ish from here. Stop out here. Seriously, you won't regret it if it's anywhere near on your way. You gotta travel on a dirt road for a little while, maybe 10, 15 miles, but it is totally worth it. Especially when you have the kind of weather like we are having right now. It's so awesome to be back on the AT. I just never get over that. Wow. All right, well, we're gonna head back into the matrix, as early riser would say. So this is us signing off of Max Patch. Bella, say bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.